I'm Roland Abante. I am from Philippines.
The Philippines!
When Roland Abante, the poor fisherman from Cebu, took the stage at one of the world's biggest talent shows, he made the entire auditorium rise to its feet and applaud twice in succession. But that resounding moment of glory was only a small part of the story. What happened to Roland after the cameras stopped rolling was the mystery that left many people surprised. What was the truth behind that brief moment in the spotlight? How did the journey from a humble karaoke corner to packed stages far from home change his life? Let's explore the story that was never fully told. In 2014, Roland Abante began gaining widespread recognition in the Philippines after an unexpected karaoke video went viral online. In November that year, a recording of him performing Michael Bolton's "To Love Somebody" quickly attracted millions of views. Just days after it was uploaded, the video had reached around 1.4 million views and turned the name Bunot into a sensation on social media in Cebu. What drew attention to the performance was the similarity between Abante's voice and Michael Bolton's. At first, some viewers even suspected that he was lip-syncing. Subsequent videos showed that he genuinely possessed a powerful and distinctive voice. Philippine media quickly sought him out, while fans began encouraging him to try larger singing competitions. At the time, Abante was from Santander, Cebu, and was not a professionally trained singer. He was known by the nickname Bunot, a name that had followed him since his school days. His popularity came from singing in an ordinary setting rather than on a professionally prepared television stage. That humble beginning quickly drew the attention of local media. The attention from the internet opened the door to his first opportunities. Abante began appearing on television programs and entertainment stages across the Philippines. In February 2017, he joined Tawag ng Tanghalan, the singing competition featured on ABS-CBN's It's Showtime. In his very first appearance, he won the daily competition with a score of 93.8%, defeating reigning champion Adeline Rabulan. For that performance, Bunot chose "Said I Love You." But I Lied, continuing to draw on the style of music associated with Michael Bolton. After winning, he returned to the program to defend his title. His appearance on national television marked a significant step forward from the time when his name was known primarily through videos on the internet. Abante also returned to Tawag ng Tanghalan in 2018. His first appearance had already led to additional opportunities to work at an entertainment complex in Pasay City. According to PH, the competition became an important turning point in his performing career, even as his name had not reached the level of a leading artist in the Philippines. Following his television exposure, Bunot continued appearing on various music and entertainment programs. He had appearances on Gandang Gabi Vice ASAP and performed alongside Arnel Pineda. He also appeared on Wish 107.5, a music platform known for live performances on the Wish bus. These appearances allowed Abante's voice to reach audiences beyond Cebu. Abante also released an EP titled Bunot, featuring 4 songs: Anino Bunot, Para Kang Baliw, Love Changes Everything, and Sabihin Mo Na. The release showed that he had begun shifting attention from cover songs toward building a music project under his own name. Even with a viral video television appearances and a released music project, Abante had not become a major star. The gap between online popularity and a stable career kept his journey moving forward. 6 years after his appearance on Tawag ng Tanghalan, another stage would bring Bunot to an international audience. A mark at AGT. In June 2023, Roland Abante appeared on the stage of America's Got Talent Season 18 with a distinctive introduction. He was known in the Philippines by his nickname Bunot, while in the United States, Abante was introduced first as a fisherman from Cebu. He said that he usually went fishing in the morning, worked other jobs during the day, and sang karaoke whenever he had time. In front of judges, Simon Cowell, Howie Mandel, Heidi Klum, and Sofia Vergara, Abante shared that being on America's Got Talent was a major dream for him. He said he wanted to try his luck in the United States after years of performing in the Philippines. As he spoke about that dream, the singer became emotional. Heidi Klum then walked onto the stage to encourage him. Abante chose When a Man Loves a Woman, a song made famous through several versions including Michael Bolton's rendition. It was also a choice that matched the style audiences in the Philippines had come to associate with him. The opening notes quickly changed the atmosphere in the auditorium and drew the judges' full attention to his performance. When the song ended, all 4 judges stood up along with the audience. It was the second time in Abante's television career that a major stage had produced such a strong reaction, this time in front of millions of international viewers. The performance also quickly became one of the most talked-about acts of the season 18 audition round. Sofia Vergara was particularly struck by the contrast between Abante's occupation and his singing ability. She said she had a feeling he was going to have to stop fishing. Simon Cowell also admitted that he was initially unsure whether Abante could sing well before the performance proved otherwise. Howie Mandel described it as a moment that could change the singer's life. The judges' comments continued to focus on Abante's voice and control of the song. Heidi Klum emphasized the surprise Abante had delivered, while Sofia Vergara said audiences would continue to remember him. After the judges' comments, all 4 voted yes, allowing the representative from the Philippines to advance to the next round of the competition. The attention surrounding the performance extended beyond the television broadcast. The audition video was posted across the show's online platforms and quickly attracted millions of views. According to reports cited by Philippine media, the video reached around 3.1 million views within its first day. Roland Abante's name once again appeared across Philippine entertainment news outlets. Articles published after the show continued to highlight Abante's roots in Cebu, the jobs he had held, and his singing journey before arriving in the United States. For international audiences, the image of a fisherman stepping onto the stage and performing a technically demanding song became a notable point of interest. For Philippine viewers, it represented the continuation of a name they already knew. Receiving 4 yes votes, though, did not mean he had secured a place in the final. After the audition round, Abante had to continue competing in rounds with a higher level of selection. His early success on the American stage opened a new opportunity, while the final outcome still depended on his next performance and the audience's decision. Abante entered the next round with far greater attention than when he first appeared. One successful performance had taken him from a familiar face in the Philippines to a contestant being followed on American television. The next round, though, would become the point where his journey took a notable turn. The journey ends. In September 2023, Roland Abante returned to the America's Got Talent stage for the semifinals, with one of his most talked-about performances in the competition. After receiving 4 yes votes during his audition, expectations for the representative from the Philippines rose significantly. This time, Abante chose a song that demanded greater technical control. The singer performed I Will Always Love You, a song made famous by Whitney Houston's version. The choice required strong control of vocal range, vocal power, and the climactic sections of the song. Abante continued with his familiar performance style, keeping the focus on his voice rather than relying on elaborate stage elements. As soon as the performance ended, all 4 judges stood up again. Howie Mandel, Heidi Klum, Sofia Vergara, and Simon Cowell all gave Abante a standing ovation. It was the second time in the competition that he received such a unanimous reaction from the judging panel and the audience in the studio. Howie Mandel described it as a performance suited for a final stage. He noted that the song Abante's voice and his performance had come together in the right way. The comment showed that the singer had met the expectations created by his success in the audition round. Heidi Klum also praised Abante and said that if the show still had the golden buzzer mechanism, she might have considered using it for his performance. Sofia Vergara continued to emphasize the affection Abante had received from the audience. The positive comments quickly led to the performance being shared across online platforms. Simon Cowell, who had expressed doubts during the audition round, also praised the performance this time. Having all 4 judges stand again helped Abante maintain his image as one of the season's standout vocalists. The judges' reaction, though, was not the only factor determining the outcome. The semifinals were far more competitive than the auditions. Only contestants who received enough votes from the audience had a chance to advance further. With that system in place, Abante still had to wait for the voting results to learn whether his performance had earned him a place in the next round, even after receiving praise from all 4 judges. The final results, announced afterward, brought Roland Abante's journey on America's Got Talent to an end. Only 2 contestants from the group being considered for the results could advance, and Abante was not among them. His run ended after he had just received a standing ovation from all 4 judges. His elimination generated considerable disappointment among Filipino fans. Many viewers who had followed Abante since he first became known in his homeland had hoped to see him advance further. Philippine media also quickly reported the result, focusing on the positive reaction he received without securing a place in the final round. After leaving America's Got Talent, the attention surrounding Roland Abante did not disappear immediately. Instead, his appearance on American television created additional performance opportunities and introduced his name to a wider audience. Behind the praise he received on stage, though, was a life that television had barely explored. Behind the spotlight. From 2024 onward, Abante did not immediately become an artist signed to a major record label in the United States. Instead, he continued accepting performance opportunities and building his own schedule. New stages appeared in different cities, while his name remained associated with the image of Buno the Cebu fisherman, who had drawn attention on American television. Behind his performing career was his family in the Philippines. Roland Abante is married to Sethlend Abante and has a son named Grake. His family has appeared several times in the singer's public posts, particularly when he has spoken about the support he received while pursuing music. Grake has also been mentioned for his singing ability. His son's presence shows that music is not limited to Roland Abante's career alone. The family became part of his public image, as his growing performance schedule increasingly required him to spend more time away from home. His schedule in the United States meant extended trips and a considerable distance from Cebu. Abante frequently had to leave the Philippines to take part in programs, events, and concerts. For a family man, maintaining work across different locations required constant coordination between his professional responsibilities and private life. Abante's public comments have repeatedly mentioned his wife's patience and support while he was away performing. There is no reliable information indicating that his family became involved in a public marital crisis. The coverage has mainly focused on maintaining the family, while his work schedule continued to expand. Later, Abante's living conditions also changed as his public profile became more widely known. A local feature documented improvements to the family home. From a relatively simple living space, the family gained additional conveniences such as air conditioning and household equipment. These changes did not mean that Abante had become a wealthy star after America's Got Talent. His career continued to depend heavily on live performances and his actual work schedule. The notable point was that income from music gave his family an opportunity to improve their living conditions step by step. In August 2024, Abante celebrated his 46th birthday while away from his family because of work. His age also distinguished his path from that of many younger contestants who commonly appear on talent search programs. After many years of singing, he continued pursuing a performing career rather than stopping after a single television appearance. The pressure after the competition mainly came from maintaining public attention and turning television exposure into long-term work. An appearance on America's Got Talent can bring an artist a large audience, but it does not guarantee a stable performance schedule. Abante had to continue finding stages and building his own audience. This is also why Roland Abante's journey after AGT cannot be measured only by his ranking in the competition. His continued appearances on stages across the United States showed that the program had become an important connection point rather than an endpoint. His subsequent tours gradually expanded the scope of his work. Rather than disappearing after the competition, Roland Abante began expanding his stages beyond AGT. His subsequent tours would show how he turned the opportunity from that time into a long-term career. The global stage. In 2024, he appeared at Red Hawk Resort Plus Casino in California, along with other venues. These performances helped Abante maintain his connection with Filipino audiences in the United States and continue building his presence beyond television. His performance schedule continued to expand across different cities. Rather than relying on a single venue, Abante accepted invitations to perform at various events, allowing him to reach audiences who had never followed his television appearances. Roland Abante later embarked on a series of performances across approximately 10 U.S. cities, including Houston, Chicago, Los Angeles, Fresno, Virginia, Nashville, Sacramento, San Francisco, and San Diego. The schedule reflected a growing presence across the Filipino entertainment community in the United States. In April 2025, Abante performed in Houston. His schedule was tightly arranged with the singer traveling directly from the airport to the venue. The trip reflected how his work had developed into a regular series of live performances, rather than occasional appearances. In May, Roland Abante continued to Chicago, another major stop on his U.S. tour. His constant movement between cities became an important part of his career, allowing him to maintain his audience through live shows, rather than waiting for a major record deal. Abante also took part in a Father's Day program in California. Performances like these allowed him to serve Filipino communities while strengthening his identity as a live performer. His growing audience included people who had discovered him through his television exposure. The tour continued through several other locations before concluding in San Diego, where Abante performed alongside REO Brothers, a well-known Filipino musical group. The collaboration connected him with other Filipino artists performing in the United States and expanded his network beyond his television background. Alongside his musical activities, Abante remained involved with his home community. In October 2025, he joined Halad Musika Alang sa Norte, a music event organized to support people affected by the earthquake in northern Cebu. The charity event gave Abante an opportunity to use his public platform for community support. It also connected his work in the United States with people and causes in Cebu, where his career had originally developed. Earlier this year, Roland Abante announced plans for U.S. Tour 2026. He was introduced as Asia's soulful voice, continuing the identity established through his performances. The announcement confirmed that his career remained active more than 2 years after his television appearance. His ongoing programs also helped expand his network of collaborations and appearances. Rather than being known only as a former America's Got Talent contestant, Abante gradually developed his own identity within the Filipino community in the United States, relying mainly on live performances and a loyal audience. By August, Roland Abante remained active in music and continued accepting performance bookings. His schedule showed that he had maintained an independent career after the competition, with live shows continuing to serve as a central part of his professional life. One notable aspect of Abante's career is that he did not need an AGT victory to remain active. His 2 standing ovations became major milestones, while his subsequent tours, community programs, and collaborations provided the foundation for his continued work. Roland Abante may not have reached the end of America's Got Talent, but his career continued after the cameras stopped. From a fisherman in Cebu, he reached an international audience, built recognition through his voice, and continued developing his career through live performances. What AGT showed was only one part of his story. The rest was built through the years before the competition, his family, and the career he continued creating afterward. If you want to discover more stories that have never been fully told, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next video.